Ladies and gentlemen, what does it truly mean to be a high-value woman? Is it about appearance, status, or how much you earn? Is it about the people you surround yourself with or the way others perceive you? No. Being a high-value woman is not about fitting into someone else's mold or living up to someone else's standards. It's about standing tall in your own truth, unapologetically owning who you are, and continuously striving to become the best version of yourself. You've probably heard the term high value thrown around, but what does it actually mean? A high-value woman is not simply someone who is admired from the outside. She is someone who is respected for her integrity, her emotional intelligence, her ability to grow, and her ability to influence others in a positive way. A high-value woman knows her worth and shows up in the world with confidence and purpose. She doesn't settle for less than what she deserves, and she doesn't allow others to define her. But how do you become this high-value woman? What does it take to create the life that you've always dreamed of? A life where you feel fulfilled, purposeful, and unstoppable. Let's break it down together, piece. First, you must learn to cultivate an unwavering sense of self-worth and self-respect. This is the core of everything. Before anyone else can respect you, you must first respect yourself. Think about it. How can you expect the world to treat you like a queen if you're treating yourself like a servant? Too many women wait for others to validate them, to make them feel worthy, when in reality that validation has to come from within. If you want to be a high-value woman, you must embrace the idea that you are worthy, regardless of your circumstances, your past, or your mistakes. Your worth is not based on how others perceive you or what you have achieved. It is innate. It is yours by birthright, and no one can take it away from you unless you allow them to. This means setting boundaries, strong, non-negotiable boundaries, and enforcing them. A high-value woman knows what she will tolerate and what she won't. She doesn't let people walk all over her. She doesn't engage in relationships, jobs, or situations that diminish her self-respect or steal her peace. She knows when to walk away, when to speak up, and when to stand firm in her truth. When you cultivate a deep sense of self-worth, you become unshakable. You stop depending on others to give you the validation you seek. You become confident in who you are, and from that place of confidence, the world begins to respond to you differently. Next, let's talk about emotional intelligence. A high-value woman is not ruled by her emotions. Rather, she masters them. She is in tune with how she feels, and she understands why she feels the way she does. Instead of letting her emotions dictate her behavior, she uses them as a tool for growth and understanding. Emotional intelligence is what allows you to communicate effectively, to resolve conflicts without escalating them, and to build deeper, more meaningful connections with others. It's about empathy, self-awareness, and emotional regulation. When you possess emotional intelligence, you attract people who are drawn to your calm, collected nature, your ability to listen, and your ability to handle challenges with grace. A high-value woman doesn't just react to life. She responds thoughtfully, with intention. She doesn't take things personally because she knows that other people's actions are a reflection of them, not of her. When you can understand and manage your emotions, you create space for growth, understanding, and connection. Now, let's talk about independence. To be a high-value woman, you must become self-reliant. This doesn't just mean financial independence, it means emotional, mental, and spiritual independence as well. A high-value woman knows how to stand on her own, how to create her own opportunities, and how to maintain her peace regardless of external circumstances. Independence is incredibly attractive because it shows that you are not reliant on anyone to validate your worth. It shows that you can create your own happiness and that your peace isn't dictated by other people's actions. When you are independent, you become a magnet for those who respect you and admire your strength. But let's be clear, independence doesn't mean isolation. It means knowing that you are enough on your own, while also being open to building meaningful, balanced relationships. A high-value woman understands the importance of surrounding herself with people who support her growth, people who challenge her to be better, and people who bring out the best in her. Passion and purpose are essential to becoming a high-value woman. When you live with purpose, you radiate a different energy. You attract the right opportunities, people, and experiences into your life because you are aligned with your goals and your deeper purpose. High-value women don't just go through the motions of life. They actively create their lives with passion, vision, and intention. So, what are you passionate about? What drives you? What lights a fire in your soul? Whether it's your career, your personal growth, or your relationships, find what fuels you and pour your energy into it. High-value women understand that when you are passionate about something, it gives you a sense of fulfillment that nothing else can replicate. When you are aligned with your purpose, everything else falls into place. Your energy is magnetic, and people are drawn to your passion. This passion not only drives you forward, but also inspires others around you. And let's face it, who doesn't want to be around someone who is deeply passionate about life and has a clear direction? Confidence and self-belief go hand in hand with becoming a high-value woman. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you develop. It's built through experience, self-reflection, and taking risks. A high-value woman believes in herself because she has put in the work. She knows what she is capable of and doesn't shy away from opportunities because of fear or self-doubt. Self-belief isn't about arrogance, it's about quiet confidence. It's about knowing that you have the skills, the intelligence, and the strength to handle whatever comes your way. It's about standing tall, even in the face of adversity, and trusting that you are more than capable of overcoming challenges. But it doesn't stop there. Confidence also involves embracing your flaws and imperfections. A high-value woman understands that no one is perfect, including herself. Instead of seeking perfection, she seeks progress. She's not afraid to fail because she understands that failure is just another stepping stone on the path to success. Finally, becoming a high-value woman means committing to continuous growth. It's not enough to settle for where you are today. You must constantly strive to evolve, to learn, and to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. High-value women don't stop growing. They understand that success is not a destination, it's a journey. They read books, attend seminars, seek out mentors, and invest in their personal and professional development. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving their health, or enhancing their mindset, they never stop striving for excellence. The key to continuous growth is being open to change, accepting that you are always a work in progress. No matter how successful or accomplished you become, there is always room for improvement. High-value women don't get complacent. They embrace the journey of self-improvement, knowing that this journey is what truly makes them powerful. In the end, becoming a high-value woman isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and never compromising your standards. It's about being the best version of yourself, not for anyone else, but for you. When you become a high-value woman, the world will respond to you differently. You will attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances because you are aligned with your highest self. So, I challenge you today. Take a deep look within. Reflect on your life, your values, and your goals. What changes can you make to step into your power? How can you show up as the high-value woman you are destined to be? The journey begins now, and it starts with you. The first step in becoming a high-value woman is cultivating an unwavering sense of self-worth and self-respect. This foundational aspect is not just about recognizing your value, but about consistently showing up for yourself in a way that commands respect, both from others and from within. The journey begins with a shift in mindset, understanding that your worth is not contingent upon your achievements, the approval of others, or even external validation, but rather a reflection of your inner essence. Self-worth is a deep, intrinsic understanding that you matter, that you are enough, and that you have a unique value to offer to the world. It's the recognition that you are worthy of love, respect, success, and happiness simply because you exist. Unfortunately, many women grow up conditioned to base their self-worth on external factors such as their appearance, their relationships, or their ability to meet societal standards. This leads to a life spent seeking validation from the outside world, which, over time, can erode self-esteem and create a constant feeling of inadequacy. A high-value woman, however, knows that her worth is not defined by fleeting circumstances or superficial labels. She understands that she doesn't have to be perfect or meet someone else's ideals to be worthy of love and respect. Her worth is inherent, and it cannot be altered or diminished by others' opinions or judgments. This understanding empowers her to make decisions that align with her authentic self and her true desires. It allows her to walk through life with her head held high, regardless of the challenges she faces or the criticism she receives from others. Self-respect goes hand in hand with self-worth. It's the natural extension of knowing your value. When you have self-respect, you treat yourself with kindness and dignity, and you refuse to accept behavior or situations that undermine your well-being. Self-respect is about establishing boundaries, setting clear lines about what you will and will not tolerate from others. It's about respecting your own needs, desires, and limits, and not compromising them to please others or avoid conflict. A high-value woman doesn't allow others to disrespect her, whether it's through verbal abuse, dishonesty, or any form of mistreatment. She holds herself to a high standard and expects others to do the same. In practice, cultivating self-worth and self-respect means taking intentional steps to prioritize your own needs. This could mean saying no to things that drain your energy or make you feel small, even when it's uncomfortable. It could mean stepping away from relationships that no longer serve your growth, whether personal or professional. It might mean choosing to invest in your health, well-being, and personal growth, even when society pressures you to focus on external accomplishments. Part of this process involves rejecting the notion that your worth is tied to your appearance or how others perceive you. For far too long, women have been socialized to define themselves through the lens of how others see them, whether it's as a partner, a mother, a daughter, or a colleague. A high-value woman doesn't fall into this trap. She defines herself on her own terms. She recognizes that her value is not limited to what is visible on the surface. True self-worth comes from knowing that she has substance beyond her outer appearance, and that her worth is not contingent on her ability to meet others' expectations. Furthermore, embracing self-worth and self-respect involves a deep level of self-acceptance. A high-value woman embraces her strengths, her weaknesses, her imperfections, and her flaws. She does not seek to be perfect. She seeks to be authentic. This authenticity allows her to show up in the world as her true self, without the need to mask or hide behind a facade. She understands that her imperfections are part of her unique journey, and instead of trying to change or hide them, she uses them as opportunities for growth. Another important element of self-worth is the refusal to engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. Too often, women doubt their abilities, shrink away from opportunities, or allow their fears and insecurities to dictate their actions. A high-value woman, on the other hand, recognizes her worth and refuses to let fear hold her back. She pushes past limiting beliefs, silences the inner critic, and takes bold, courageous steps toward her goals. She understands that her worth is not measured by success or failure, but by the courage she shows in striving toward her aspirations. Ultimately, cultivating self-worth and self-respect is about giving yourself permission to fully embrace who you are without apologies. It's about choosing to treat yourself with love, dignity, and respect, and expecting the same from others. When you build this unshakable foundation, the way you view yourself changes. You start to make decisions from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. Your relationships improve because you no longer tolerate toxic behavior or settle for less than you deserve. Your career flourishes because you know your value and are not afraid to claim it. When you embody self-worth and self-respect, you naturally attract others who recognize and honor these qualities within you. You set the standard for how you want to be treated, and you refuse to settle for anything less. This is the power of knowing your worth. It transforms how you live, how you love, and how you approach every aspect of your life. Becoming a high-value woman starts here, with a deep and unshakable belief in yourself. Emotional intelligence is one of the most important qualities that define a high-value woman. It is not just about being aware of your emotions, it's about understanding them, managing them effectively, and using this awareness to navigate the complexities of life with grace and strength. Emotional intelligence allows a woman to build deep, meaningful relationships, communicate clearly and effectively, and face challenges with resilience and wisdom. It is an essential skill that impacts all aspects of a woman's life, whether personal, professional, or relational. At its core, emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. A high-value woman has a deep understanding of her own emotions, how she feels in various situations and why she feels that way. She is attuned to her thoughts and emotions, noticing when she feels anger, frustration, sadness, joy, or excitement. Self-awareness allows her to pause and reflect before reacting to situations. Instead of being swept away by a wave of emotion, she recognizes the feelings within her and takes the time to process them. This self-reflection is powerful because it gives her the ability to make informed decisions rather than reacting impulsively. She doesn't let her emotions dictate her behavior. Instead, she uses her awareness to choose how to respond, ensuring that her actions are thoughtful and aligned with her values. Beyond self-awareness, emotional intelligence requires emotional regulation, which is the ability to control and manage emotional responses. A high-value woman doesn't let her emotions run wild, especially in challenging situations. For instance, when faced with conflict, she remains calm and composed rather than reacting with anger or frustration. Instead of allowing herself to be overwhelmed by negative emotions, she takes a step back, processes her feelings, and then responds in a way that reflects her strength and emotional maturity. Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means learning how to express them in healthy ways. It's about channeling emotions like anger or sadness into productive outlets, such as healthy communication, self-care, or problem-solving, rather than letting them spill out in damaging ways. Empathy is another cornerstone of emotional intelligence. High-value women possess the ability to not only understand their own emotions, but also to sense and comprehend the emotions of others. This deep empathy allows them to form connections and relate to people on a much more profound level. When someone shares their struggles or triumphs, a high-value woman doesn't just listen with her ears, she listens with her heart. She understands the underlying emotions behind words, which helps her provide support and encouragement in meaningful ways. Empathy allows her to offer comfort and understanding to those around her, which builds trust and strengthens relationships. People are naturally drawn to her because they feel heard, understood, and validated in her presence. It also helps her to maintain harmony in relationships, as she is sensitive to the emotional needs of others and can adjust her responses accordingly. However, emotional intelligence also involves social skills, the ability to navigate relationships, communicate effectively, and influence others positively. A high-value woman understands that communication is not just about what is said, but how it is said and how it is received. She is skilled at expressing herself in a clear, respectful, and assertive manner. Whether she is negotiating in a professional setting or having a personal conversation, she knows how to convey her thoughts and feelings while remaining composed and open to others. Socially, she can pick up on social cues and adapt her behavior to the situation. This adaptability is a key component of emotional intelligence, as it allows her to engage with people from all walks of life, build rapport, and establish trust and respect. One of the most remarkable aspects of emotional intelligence in a high-value woman is her resilience. Life is filled with ups and downs, and a woman with high emotional intelligence is equipped to handle both with grace and strength. When faced with adversity or setbacks, she doesn't crumble under pressure. Instead, she taps into her emotional awareness and regulation skills to stay grounded, focused, and determined. She uses her emotional intelligence to learn from challenges, adapt, and grow stronger as a result. Her ability to remain composed in difficult times not only helps her navigate personal challenges, but also serves as an inspiration to others who witness her strength and calm demeanor. Emotional intelligence also enables a high-value woman to set and maintain healthy boundaries in relationships. She understands that boundaries are necessary for maintaining emotional well-being and that they should be respected by others. She knows when to say no to things that would drain her energy or compromise her values. When boundaries are crossed, she addresses the situation with grace and clarity, communicating her needs without guilt or hesitation. This ability to maintain healthy boundaries contributes to her emotional stability and strengthens her relationships, as she respects herself enough to stand firm in her needs, while also respecting the needs of others. Another critical aspect of emotional intelligence is its role in decision-making. A high-value woman is not driven by her emotions when making important decisions. Instead, she uses her emotional awareness to guide her decision-making process. She balances logic and emotion, considering both the facts and how she feels about a situation. This makes her decisions well-rounded, thoughtful, and aligned with her true self. She understands that emotional intelligence is not just about managing emotions in the moment, but also using emotions to guide her toward decisions that are in her best interest and the best interest of those around her. In relationships, emotional intelligence helps a high-value woman cultivate deep, meaningful connections. She is able to communicate openly, listen actively, and navigate conflicts with maturity. She doesn't avoid difficult conversations, but approaches them with the intention to understand, resolve, and grow together. She knows that emotional intelligence fosters intimacy, trust, and respect, which are the foundation of any healthy relationship. Her ability to be emotionally available and present allows her to create lasting bonds that bring her fulfillment and joy. Independence and self-sufficiency are two pillars that define a high-value woman. These traits go beyond just being able to take care of oneself financially. They encompass emotional, mental, and physical independence. A high-value woman doesn't rely on others to validate her worth, provide her happiness, or carry her through life's challenges. Instead, she develops the resilience and self-reliance needed to create a fulfilling, autonomous life, while also being open to healthy connections with others. To truly embody independence, a woman must first be comfortable in her own skin, confident in her ability to handle whatever life throws her way, and empowered to shape her own path. At the core of independence is emotional self-sufficiency. A high-value woman understands that while relationships can bring joy and fulfillment, her happiness is not dependent on anyone else. She is not seeking to fill an emotional void or to look for someone to complete her. She knows that her self-worth doesn't hinge on external validation. Instead, she builds an inner sense of peace and contentment by nurturing her own emotional health. She practices self-care regularly, invests time in her personal growth, and makes decisions that prioritize her well-being. By being emotionally self-sufficient, she doesn't rely on others to fix her problems, but instead seeks out solutions for herself. Whether it's managing stress, handling disappointment, or coping with loss, she has the emotional tools to navigate difficult situations with strength and grace. Mentally, a high-value woman is independent in her thinking. She is not swayed easily by the opinions or expectations of others. She is capable of forming her own beliefs and ideas based on her values, experiences, and knowledge. She doesn't follow trends just because they are popular, nor does she feel pressured to conform to societal expectations. She trusts her instincts, listens to her inner voice, and takes the time to evaluate situations logically before making decisions. This mental independence allows her to make choices that align with her authentic self, rather than simply going along with the crowd or seeking approval from others. It also means that she is willing to challenge the status quo if she believes it is the right thing to do. A high-value woman doesn't seek validation from others because she knows that her thoughts and opinions are just as valuable as anyone else's. Financial independence is another significant component of a high-value woman's self-sufficiency. A woman who is financially independent does not rely on anyone else for her livelihood or well-being. She takes responsibility for her financial health by setting goals, managing her resources wisely, and ensuring that she has the means to support herself. Financial independence also gives her the freedom to make choices based on her values rather than out of necessity or obligation. It allows her to live life on her own terms, whether it's pursuing a career she loves, traveling the world, or investing in her own education. By having control over her finances, she eliminates the fear and stress that often comes with financial dependence, empowering her to make decisions that align with her goals and aspirations. Independence also plays a crucial role in her relationships. While a high-value woman values connection, she doesn't become overly dependent on others for her sense of self-worth or happiness. She doesn't rely on a partner, family, or friends to fill emotional gaps, and she does not seek out relationships out of a need to complete her life. Instead, she enters relationships from a place of wholeness and autonomy. She understands that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not on dependency. A high-value woman is capable of having deep, meaningful relationships while maintaining her sense of individuality. She encourages independence in others as well, knowing that the healthiest relationships are those where both people are confident in who they are and supportive of each other's personal growth. This independence is not about isolation, but about the strength to stand alone when necessary. It's about not being afraid to speak up for what she wants, to walk away from situations or relationships that do not align with her values, and to embrace her own goals and dreams without fear of judgment or failure. A high-value woman knows that sometimes the road to personal success can be lonely, but she is willing to take that journey because she believes in herself and her potential. She does not need external approval to feel validated or to take action on her goals. This independence enables her to remain true to herself, even in the face of pressure or adversity. In addition, independence fosters resilience. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, setbacks, challenges, and losses. A high-value woman does not crumble when life gets difficult. Instead, she rises to the occasion, using her resilience and self-sufficiency to find solutions and keep moving forward. She views setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Her independence equips her with the mental and emotional strength to weather life's storms, knowing that she has the power to overcome any challenge that comes her way. Importantly, independence also gives a high-value woman the power to make choices without fear of judgment or guilt. She is not afraid to take risks and pursue her dreams, even if those dreams deviate from the norm or go against societal expectations. Whether it's choosing a non-traditional career path, living life on her own terms, or deciding to focus on her personal growth rather than pleasing others, a high-value woman is confident in her decision. She understands that her path is unique, and that she doesn't need to justify her choices to anyone else. Her independence allows her to live authentically and to honor her own journey, no matter what others may think. Ultimately, independence and self-sufficiency are empowering qualities that enable a woman to live life fully and confidently. When a woman is independent, she is not limited by fear or dependence on others. She is free to pursue her passions, make decisions that align with her values, and create a life that brings her joy and fulfillment. This sense of autonomy allows her to cultivate a deep sense of self-respect and to attract others who value her for who she truly is, not for what she can offer them. Through emotional, mental, and financial independence, a high-value woman becomes a force of strength, resilience, and authenticity. She is the architect of her own life, and no one can take that away from her. In conclusion, becoming a high-value woman is not about seeking external validation or conforming to societal expectations. It is about cultivating inner strength, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and independence. It's about knowing your worth, embracing who you are, and making decisions that align with your authentic self. By nurturing these qualities, you don't only elevate your own life, but you also inspire and empower those around you. A high-value woman stands strong in her beliefs, handles life's challenges with grace and resilience, and builds meaningful, respectful relationships. She is an embodiment of confidence, authenticity, and purpose, and she creates a life that is truly her own. As you move forward on your journey to becoming a high-value woman, remember that it's a process. It's not about perfection, but about progress. Be kind to yourself, trust your instincts, and never stop growing. The path you walk is unique to you, and every step you take brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Good luck as you continue to embrace your power, embrace your worth, and live your life to the fullest. Thank you for your time and attention today. May you walk in confidence, strength, and authenticity as you become the high-value woman you are destined to be.